Something else that you mentioned to me was this idea that you needed to form discipline to shift away from the things that you realized you weren't as good at and really focus on the things that you were good at and were finding success in to get better at those things. Talk about what that mindset was like early on in that career path.
Well, this is something that I still sort of, I don't want to say wrestle with, but I think there's two different sort of focuses. I think fundamentally in business, we have, and I think we're trained to focus on the things we're not good at, right? So every evaluation you have with your supervisor, it's usually um, about the things you need to work on, things you need to get better at. Even in school, I think it's set up in that way, right? This test, you missed these ones, as opposed to you got these correct. And I think that's just part of sort of American culture. I think business culture as well is just to really point out what you missed or what you're not good at. And so early in my career, like everyone else, I continued to focus on that. I took, I would tell people, my peers, I eat feedback for breakfast. And it's true, I did. I came from a Portuguese Italian family that feedback and constructive criticism, we'll call it constructive, just to be nice. But feedback was given often. As an athlete or an entertainer, it was like you missed that opportunity, or hey, you could have executed better here. So as a young child and a young adolescent, I got good at taking that feedback and realized, especially where it was coming from. In my situation, it was coming from family members and maybe coaches and other people, that it was coming from a good place. That looking back on it, I think they saw that I had potential and I was willing to take that feedback to get better. But as I've sort of evolved and grown in my career, and kind of done some research on this, I think oftentimes we hyper focus on what we're not good at, or what we are not naturally inclined to be good at, or focus on, or want to get good at. And we really don't spend a lot of time, focusing on what we're naturally gifted in. And over the last couple of years, I've really sort of made a shift in my mind, and I've encouraged others to do this as well. But it's been most important for me to say, listen, you may not be the best at this, you may not be the best at that. That's okay, but you're really good at this, right? And you're really good at that. Like, do more of that. Pour more of your passion and energy into those things. And what I've seen, just from a formulaic standpoint, is the more I've done that, the more exponentially I've gotten better at the things I'm already inclined to be better at, right? And so I've gone from probably 0 to 10 faster on those things than the other things that I'm not naturally inclined to be good at. It's probably 0 to 4, right, versus 0 to 10 on the things that I'm naturally gifted in, things I enjoy, like spending my time in, all those sorts of things. And so I think when people say, find a job or find a career or find an industry that you're good at, that you enjoy, that utilizes your skills and strengths, there's a lot to that. I think we kind of just breeze past that statement and not really realize the importance of that. And I think a lot of people are in positions or jobs or industries that they have no interest in, and frankly aren't really good at. And so I would urge those folks, if that's you listening, really kind of, unpack that a little bit. And it's not the worst thing in the world to leave a job or an industry. Maybe it's the best thing in the world that you can do.